from Commissioner of Police to Senior Commissioner of Police include the spokesperson of police, Fred Enanga.
And every officer's dream upon joining the force to enhance their career.
Minister for Internal Affairs General Kahinda Otafili, on behalf of the President, committed on improving officers' welfare, ranging from accommodation to salary enhancements.
But for a police officer, it's not the salary, it is the recognition of the service he or she has rendered to the country. These people put their lives online.
Consistency and dynamic handling of crime environment are among the baseline for this promotion arrangement.
We give you opportunity to come in. When you've come in, your progress depends on your performance, your capacity. Yeah. We don't promote you because you're a woman or a man. No, we promote you because for us, we look at you as an
last
officer.
held promotion of senior police officers in 2016 during the reign of General Kali Kaihura. Abdul Nasiri Lugama, UBC News.
Now, as Kenyans head to the polls this month on the 9th of August 2022, Deputy President William Ruto, 55, and veteran opposition leader Raila Odinga, 77, are leading in opinion polls in the race to succeed term-limited President Uhuru Kenyatta. We get to speak to senior editor of Voice of America, Vincent McCoy, to get to understand the picture of what Kenya looks like ahead of the election.
Now in Nairobi, where I am, things look just normal, like any other day. It's calm. Of course, it's countdown to the election day, which is 4 days from now. But people are going about their businesses. The election campaigns officially end
With just
on
a few days
Saturday,
left to Kenya's
and
general
perhaps
elections,
after that,
fears have
we
started
may be
mounting over
really
government's
likely
preparedness
to
on
see
the
people
likely
traveling
shortage, especially
to
on
their
fuel,
areas
following the aftermath
voting,
of
because some
Kenya's
people,
general
have
elections.
registered to
In the
vote
matter of
in
national
other
hotels,
parts of
Hoima
the
City
country.
woman member of
So
parliament
at the
Asinasi
moment, pretty
Nyakato
much
sought a response
things
on
look
government
normal.
plans on
There's
management
no
of the
sense
likely shortage of fuel
anxiety
in case
or
anything happens
tension
in the
when
impending
you look around the
Kenya's
city of
general
Nairobi,
elections.
where I am at the
Where he
moment.
said they were still in negotiation with Tanzania over the route via Tanzania, and they did not tell us that they have reached harmony on to whether they will be able to use Tanzania. So is it?
According to Busia Municipality Member of Parliament Godfrey Macho, the influx of Kenyans into Uganda's main borders in pursuit of reserve fuel is creating fears on Uganda's response should there be an emergency.
Kenya's government is doing deployment, and some Kenyans are crossing with their families to Uganda. But our side, there is nothing taking place at all. There is no preparedness at all, and therefore I will also support her that as government of Uganda, please let us know how preparedness you are, because when Kenya coughs, Uganda always needs it. Thank you, Madam.
Members of Parliament want government to give a clear view on the state of fuel reserves and sufficiency in case of any predicaments.
The issue of fuel, how much fuel we have, not for security, but for the survival of the nation, is an issue of quantities. From the experience of how much we've been caught unaware, with our reserves empty, with the tanks dilapidated.
Allaying all fears, the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja says government is fully prepared for any probable crisis, notwithstanding the fuel crisis.
But what I can assure the country in front of this camera is that the NRM government has the reserves to make this country run. Government is ready to sustain the Ugandans, and it has fuel in place, and it has alternative routes. It has alternative routes to bring in fuel.
The fears over the fuel crisis trails from the historical chaotic scenes that were witnessed during the 2007 Kenya's general election that caused a prolonged fuel shortage and also left many dead. Kenya will be going to the general polls on Tuesday, 9th August 2022.
Susan Naong and Gloria Guitabinji reporting for UBC TV.
Well, thank you so much, Susan Naong and Gloria, on that story. That was where the Prime Minister, Robinah Nabbanja, confirmed that the government of Uganda is fully armed for any likely fuel emergencies that will be caused by the aftermath of the Kenyan elections. And she was responding to concerns of members of parliament on government preparedness on fuel sufficiency and reserves. And that was Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja. Now, as Kenyans head to the polls this month on the 9th of August 2022, Deputy President William Ruto, 55, and veteran opposition leader Raila Odinga, 77, are leading in opinion polls in the race to succeed limited President Uhuru Kenyatta. We get to speak to senior editor of Voice of America, Vincent Makore, to understand and get to see the picture of what Kenya looks like ahead of the elections. Thank you, Vincent.
I have to say that being where I am here in Nairobi, and of course, I've been monitoring what's happening in other parts of the country seems to be going about its affairs just normally. You, in fact, wouldn't know that there's an election about to take place in 4 days from now. People are engaged in their day-to-day activities, to work and to their businesses. The only significant thing, perhaps, is that schools closed in preparation for that day. They closed rather early, and some parents were not exactly excited about it. But in terms of the atmosphere, people seem to be just okay. They're hoping that everything will go well, but of course, some expressed a little bit of concern that there could be perhaps some, demonstrations or things of that sort, maybe after the election. But it doesn't seem like people are overly concerned about that.
What?
I didn't hear you there. Can you please repeat? Thank you.
Ampola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance Ampola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN cupboard super easy.
To propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello, is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Nation's International Trade Fair will be different as Uganda marks the 60th anniversary, the Diamond Jubilee. The trade fair comes after a 2-year break brought about by the global COVID-19 pandemic. In the last 2 years, there have been several innovations across the industry. This is an opportunity to showcase what the market has. Come display, come explore, come see, come experience. Come learn and be part of the Diamond Jubilee Trade Fair at Uganda Manufacturers Association Showgrounds from 3rd to 10th October. Contact our marketing department and experience the Diamond Jubilee Trade Fair. Let's harness economic recovery through local sourcing and deepening value chain integration during the Diamond Jubilee exhibition.
For this smartphone, make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN cupboard super easy.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha. In more stories, the business community at the eastern border town of Malaba counting losses due to the upcoming Kenyan election. Now, they say in the last 2 weeks, the number of their Kenyan customers have drastically reduced, leading to the closure of some businesses in town. They hope for a peaceful election in order to foster business recovery. Sigo and Juma have a detailed report on this story. We're so sorry about that, but we still have more in UBC News Tonight. And the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has urged Ugandans not to be divided due to political differences, but to have a common goal of serving the people of Uganda and developing the country. Archbishop Dr. Kazimba communicated this in a presser as Kampala Diocese awaits to celebrate its Golden Jubilee come the 21st of August 2022 at All Saints Cathedral, Nakasero. Kazimba highlighted on some of the notable achievements since the commencement of Kampala Diocese.
On 16th January 1972, Kampala Diocese was inaugurated from Naminembe Diocese with an aim of the Church of Uganda to expand the gospel outreach to Christians. Since then, it is now 50 years in existence, with notable achievements in preaching the gospel.
We are going to be worshipping in a new cathedral. That's an achievement. But not only that, we have Bukoto, we have Bugolobi. We also have many clergy trained.
All Saints Cathedral has been reaching out to the primary schools, supporting them in scholastic material. Church has been able to actually support people who have graduated even up to university.
As Kampala Diocese awaits to celebrate its Golden Jubilee come 21st August 2022 at All Saints Cathedral, Nakasero. The diocese is engaging in different community activities.
Another medical camp at St. Paul's Chuliriza Parish in Namuongo this Sunday. Also, the Jubilee Gospel March on 13th August. Business exhibitions starting Friday, 19th at All Saints Cathedral in Kampala.
While unveiling the program for the celebrations, Archbishop Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu appealed to Ugandans not to be divided because of political differences, but to have a common goal of serving the people of Uganda.
To all people of different walks of life, of different schools of thoughts, the message is, let us be one. People may have different ideologies, but when it comes to working together for the goodness of the people, I think that is what we really promote.
Archbishop Kazima also reveals the church's move to engage the people living in slum areas, not eliminating the street children.
The Kanyugo Girls Project, which is bringing hope in Namuongo informal settlements. On behalf of the church, we have gone to
Thank you so much, Deborah Namamunde. Looking forward to celebrating 50 years at All Saints Cathedral. In more stories, the business community at the eastern border town of Malaba counting losses due to the upcoming Kenyan general election. Now, they say that in the last 2 weeks, the number of their Kenyan customers has drastically reduced, leading to the closure of some businesses in town. They hope for a peaceful election in order to foster business.
Malaba border is perhaps the busiest border between Kenya and Uganda, and it's here where we made the first stopover on our journey to Nairobi. We interacted with the business as well as the local community to find out exactly what is transpiring at the border in terms of business.
The customers we have been having, like you people who are having some businesses here, like selling shoes, people, the customers which they had, they were Kenyans. Yes. But now there are few. Everyone is like after election, after election, after election. So now we are waiting for election. We want to say after election, we see what will go ahead.
Some of us, we have no business, and when it comes to Kenya, it is worse because most of our friends have no access to Uganda, since most of them fear to use the same route.
In Kenya is also causing more harm than good.
The election has affected the importation and the trade generally in Malaba because the customers who have been coming from Kenya are no longer coming.
We are only praying for our brothers. It's only a few days to election, and we are sure everything is going to go on successfully. And our brothers are going to cast their votes and get back to normal. And I know business has been down as normal, and in Malaba there's nothing that has changed because business has been down completely. So though there is Kenyan election, but our people of Malaba are really suffering.
Malaba has been a busy border, but right now people are crying. People are crying.
Moving on from that, the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, has launched the Uganda Parliamentary Forum on Indian Affairs to increase advocacy of concerns of the Indian community in Uganda. Now, the Vice President commended the Indian community for supporting the disadvantaged communities in the country and advocated for medical tourism through engaging the Indian community.
The meeting today was to take them through our operation. Remember, it comes in the wake of when we were having a lot of issues, delays, cancellations. So they really want them in a room to start to explain things to them. We take them through the operation. So takeoff and landing, you never know what you strike in terms of birds. So they thought it wise at the time. My colleagues agreed that this was an important thing to have to protect the operation. So no, we've not had to hire before, but we want to avoid having to get to that point. But if you notice, the committee did mention, the chairman, that at the time they did not quite understand why we were asking for such an expensive item, and yet we had new aircraft. So the walkthrough today helped them understand what that is, because they actually did find one aircraft on ground. Although it was not an engine, this one now has to do with oxygen masks.
They've demonstrated to us that they've acquired more routes within the region, and the other is what we call the fifth degree, where you are allowed to take passengers. You can even take it like it's your home, and this fifth degree is normally by countries which don't have airlines. So they've demonstrated to us that indeed they have got good strategic partnerships with other countries and other airlines. So we really have hope that this airline is going to develop and be supported, since the number of passengers traveling or using the airlines has increased.
We're sorry about that, but that was the story about members from the Parliamentary Committee on Physical
of Peace and Great Collaboration with Uganda. Representing the Vice President, the Minister, Office of the Vice President, Diana Mtasingwa, said the forum is a step in the right direction for bilateral relations between Uganda and India.
It is also aiming at promoting interactions between Uganda and the local Indian people in Uganda, who have contributed to the growth of the economy through various investments that have provided employment opportunities to the people of Uganda.
Woman Member of Parliament Tororo Sarah Opendi thanked the Indian community for generating taxes to the country and providing employment to Ugandans. Opendi is optimistic that the Parliamentary Forum will provide more opportunities for medical tourism for Ugandans.
I am aware that the Indian community, the Indian government, has supported the government of Uganda in different sectors. In healthcare, we have the telemedicine center at Mulago Hospital. We've been able to get support through the Prime Minister's visit in 2018 to the Cancer Institute. We've been able to have various hospitals set up by different Indian communities, various health camps being organized and supported by the Indian community, all through support from the Indian community, and for that we really
defense and civilian officials from Uganda for training and capacity building under this program.
The chairperson, Uganda Parliamentary Forum on Indian Affairs, Fredo Polot, thanked President Museveni for developing an open-door policy to restore the property of Indians that had been seized.
Uganda Parliamentary Forum on India is a bipartisan coalition of like-minded members of Parliament who aim to draw national attention to shared values, shared interests, and shared objectives between Ugandans and Indians.
The forum will increase close collaboration on various sectors, from human rights to scientific research, economic development to national disaster relief, among others. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and the East African Affairs Minister, Rebecca Kadaga, has said that the continued encroachment in the environmental ecosystems is the key reason for the ongoing disasters in the country. Kadaga said this during the breakfast meeting by Climate Change Action East Africa held at Porta Hotel in Kampala District.
Following the negative impacts on climate change being experienced in the country, state and non-state actors are collaborating to find solutions on the challenges. Climate Change Action East Africa has convened a meeting with relevant stakeholders.
Have been degraded, the forests have disappeared. The other day we were in cabinet and one of the ministers said she was invited to open a seed school which was in a wetland. a seed school is a government school built with government resources in a wetland. Can you imagine that contradiction?
Kadaga also added that the continued human encroachment on the wetlands ecosystems is the major reasons for the ongoing disasters.
It happened in the Masaba Highlands. The Manafa wetland has been degraded 90%. Actually 99%. That's why we are hearing what is happening in Kapchora, Mbale, and I expect a lot more is going to happen. However, we are drafting a 10-year plan of action to restore the environment, which we expect to complete probably this week, next week in the cabinet. And I hope that when it is fully implemented, we shall be able to make a difference.
The Minister of State for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, retired Colonel Bright Ramirama, pledged support towards climate change action.
Create systems that are robust to manage, to sail through the weather conditions. Therefore, I welcome this initiative and the intended symposium in October, which is going to make an awareness. I want to pledge
models and other government programs to grow their businesses. Wamibu further advises them to scale up their business to international standards where government has already acquired a market for their products. He disclosed this during a symposium of the Power Project aimed at providing opportunities for women in entrepreneurship and in reproductive health.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade, Ms. Geraldine Sali, through her representative Wamimbu, who launched this power project, appreciated the organizers of this project in line of developing women. He requested them to embrace government programs like the parish development modules to grow their businesses as well as gain skills to help nurture their businesses. Wamimbu calls upon all these business women and other business partners to register their businesses with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau with help from the Ministry of Trade and Government. He further urges them to promote and develop Uganda products through buying Uganda to build Uganda.
Have good entrepreneur ideas. Every day we are registering businesses, but some of them don't even see their first birthday. So I know for sure that when you get the degree from Capital Solutions, we shall at least go beyond. Actually, not even go beyond, but we shall live to see our businesses grow, so that will now be a testimony to others that we got training.
Executive Officer of Action for Health, Benatu Sime, says they are working hand in hand with Capital Solutions Limited with support from DSW to see the
multi-companies.
Nabukera Winnie, one of the youth trainees in this launched power projects, promises to work hand in hand with other women in her community as well as advocating for young girls to stay in school.
To a young girl out there, one thing I would tell you, to those who are still in school, we love you to be in school, because we believe if you get the right education, you go right into your primary, secondary, university. That is #1 way of providing, of enhancing family planning as a young girl out there.
Justin Nakami, Robert Katamba for UBC News.
Kasasa members of parliament who subscribe to the NRM party have commended government for settling the land issue in Karusandara, a sub-county that has lasted for years. Residents in this sub-county have been living in fear of sudden eviction since the land was under the Mubuko prison and Mubuko irrigation scheme.
In 1960, the Ugandan government allocated over 8,000 acres of land to people in Karusandara sub-county, which was under the Mubuko prisons and Mubuko irrigation scheme. Due to lack of proper ownership of this land, the residents have all along demanded for a land title from government, but in vain. Last week, the State Minister for Lands and Planning, Judith Nabakoba, visited Karusandara sub-county and promised that her ministry would settle the issue in a period of 1 week. The members went after realizing that the land title for
that part of the land of Mubuko prison and irrigation scheme should be cut off and given to the citizens of of the people who had occupied this area over time. For now, over 70 years, these people have been living in this area, having been workers of Hima, Kirembe Mine, and Uganda Railways Corporation. But because the land belongs to the prison and irrigation, so it remained part of prison, and people had not been afforded a chance to own individual titles as they ought to be elsewhere.
Mojongo said he will continue to engage the government about other places within Busongora South that have similar concerns, especially areas near the Queen Elizabeth National Park.
Issue in Katunguru, we want government also to come out to pronounce itself that Katunguru is a sanctuary within the national park, the conservation area. As of now, it is not, it's an enclave. And an enclave is a temporary settlement. And yet these people have been living here over 80 years.
Short commercial break, and we'll be back with more stories in UBC News Tonight.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using 2 GB.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
Uganda Land Owners Association welcomes you to the Land Use Exhibition, the first of its kind in Uganda. Do you want to learn how to use and earn from your land, or you need information on how to manage your land? Come and be part of this exhibition, which will start from the 31st of August to the 1st of September at Umasho Grounds, Nakawa Multipurpose Hall. Don't miss a session which will tackle land matters in board discussions at only 5,000 shillings. Small and large scale business owners, you're invited to showcase your commodities. To be part of this exhibition, call 0701 111 401 or 0772 446 507. The Land Use Exhibition is organized by the Uganda Land Owners Association, sponsored by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC.
National Council for Higher Education will hold the 4th Annual Higher Education Conference on the 14th and 15th September 2022. The conference theme education is receiving papers from researchers and scholars for publication in the Uganda Higher Education Review, Journal of National Council for Higher Education. For more details, send inquiries to cmuhumuza at unche.or.ug, info@unche.or.ug, or call 0783 040024 or 0704 800926. plus 256 39 32 62 140/4.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, a digital system has been launched in PG District to boost financial inclusion to remote communities in PG and Mityana District. Molgemgo Digital Systems launched with support from Korean Federation of Community Credit Cooperatives. KFCC enables cost savings and community-tailored digital financial services. Now, the system will enable Molgemgo members to access a loan, save, deposit, and buy shares, among others, via mobile money.
With financial support from South Korean government through Korean Federation of Community Credit Cooperatives, KFCC has launched a digital finance system aimed at promoting financial inclusion among the rural communities in the
The financial service is in new digital transformation.
We are providing capacity building programs and customized consulting aimed at alleviating poverty, developing community by improving the financial accessibility of villagers in the rural areas of Uganda.
We bring in digital finance. We are reducing that cost by automating systems and reducing on the cost that our financial institutions have to incur in order to serve their members.
Government officials at ministerial and district levels applaud the Korean government for the support towards rural transformation.
To help our people, not to move with money.
And is also requesting for a rollout to other areas where this model has not reached.
They will be saving from their homes. If they want to withdraw, they will be withdrawing the money from their homes.
More GameGo beneficiaries say the digital system is cost-effective and risk-free.
Actually, I've seen out of advantage in that when you deposit your money, the app just allocates the money where it's supposed to go. When you withdraw, it withdraws from members' account, and then it allocates the money being withdrawn to where it's supposed to go. And then when you want to generate the report, you just command and the reports are generated automatically.
Through mindset trainings, Simel GameGo project has established 18 mall GameGos with over 10,000 beneficiaries at parish and village level in Mitiana and Mpigi.
I've been in the round of 32. I played against Kenya and won 2 straight. I'm happy about that. So I'm into the round of 16, going to play seed 1 of the tournament from India. I've always wanted to play her, to take pics with her, so I've gotten a better chance of playing her on court. Yeah.
What should Ugandans expect with the round?
They should expect good performance from me. I'm going to put up a fight.
So we are expecting more wins at least. Today we've lost ladies mixed double. We lost 1 single. So we took 1 win today. We yet to see Kasey Bryan play, Wanagalia and Husna play in the mixed, and also in the men's double. So I'm hopeful that we'll have more wins at least.
My staying in Birmingham is so far good because we had a lot of disturbance, like in terms of making weight, because when you compare this weather to the Ugandan one, they are not the same, but we managed to make our weight. And I'm in fight tonight with Stefan Zimba of Zambia, and he has a lot of experience compared to mine, because he has gone into many international championships like the Olympics, the Commonwealth to mine, because he has gone into many international championships like the Olympics, and manage him because we have seen a lot, we have seen so many seniors being.
Though initially the dialogue had hit a deadlock, the parties have finally made a resolution to unite for the betterment of the sport. The resolution will see the 2 bodies work together towards the growth and development of the sport. They are also joining to host the Motocross of African Nations Championship slated for the 19th to the 21st of August this year. In the season of the Rift, the motocross breakaway sector participated in unsanctioned events at Busika to compete with the National Motocross Championship as the FMU continued to hold the MX Championships without the defiant riders. With the reunion, riders who wish to return to the FMU will be accepted in clubs of choice without conditions. Now, however, all the riders must apply for the FMU licenses, committing to abide by the regulations and statutes governing the sport. FMU plans to consider returning riders, those who meet the criteria for slots in the national team as well.
Kids have won, so it's huge. It's a huge milestone. And Team Uganda, FMU is going to re-look at it. Hopefully we should have a stronger team now. We did have a strong team, but even stronger now. So it's all about Uganda now.
We agreed to work together and to leave the past for the past and to look for the futures. And I think it's a very, very good things to do. The sport, we want the sport to go forward, and we want the Ugandan riders, especially in the young generation, to have different challenges and different tracks so they can really uplift their skill in riding. So